Hi Virgo, here is a general look at your solar chart for August 2013, and this is really a very nice sociable time for you. You're up for it, you're meeting and greeting, mixing and mingling, sometimes with people with whom you have a special bond in common, or something that you share with these people that is maybe a little bit unusual or offbeat. And a lot of energy will be needed to go into these sorts of relationships. I think Mercury's been in the area of your support group, your friendships, for quite some time now, since the back end of May. And Mercury, your ruling planet, is moving out of there on the 9th, but Mars is there and Venus is in your sign. So this is, as I say, a great time for making connections with other people. But still, there is something going on in the background that's not quite complete, ready for the launch, resolved. Something going on in the background there. And you are maybe working quite hard on things like visualization. That's because of the position of the sun. That gives me the hint that that might be going on. The sun is in that area until the 23rd, and it's also a karmic house where the sun is. So there can be an awful lot going on behind closed doors that others don't see, whether that is physically or whether that is emotionally. So yes, quite a lot going on within you, but also there are the elements there to support you, I think, with all this lovely energy, which is friendly and facilitating, and there's this kind of closeness sometimes with others. This is far more on the cards now. This is the position of the sun is good for anything to do with the arts, healing, spirituality, and of course anything to do with connecting with the higher levels through meditation, etc. The sun moves on the 23rd and then goes into your own sign, and then things, are really moving, and it's time for you to sit down, take stock, and review really the dance of life as it's been happening for you, unfolding for you over the past year. And definitely take this opportunity of being in your birthday month to be a bit more self-centered. You have permission, and the way should just be clearer, and you should make the way clearer for you to improve things for yourself personally. So do what you know you need to do for yourself personally. And whether this is getting on with stuff from behind the scenes more, then do so, because in that sort of healing, nurturing area, or artistic area, maybe there's some project ongoing in the background there, because Mars is going to be moving in there on the 28th. But as the month kicks off, you're in this very outgoing mood here, apart from the position of the sun, which is kind of pulling your energies and your attention inwards onto a thing or two there. But there's an awful lot else which is pushing you out into the world. Until the 9th, Mercury is in this very progressive area, and you can connect with other people, ideas sparking off you and others through your friendships. You've got this good support group, this feeling of support there, and things tend to be rolling forwards. Discussions and paperwork can be very future orientated, innovative, and yes, there's got this real feeling of the ball rolling forwards now, and it won't be so much what you know as who you know. Mercury, it's always interesting for you to know what Mercury is doing, because it's your ruling planet. Because so Mercury then moves from the 9th, between the 9th and 24th, and just skips through Leo, the sign before yours, and then that pulls your attention more towards the introspective mode, the dream mode, psychic, if you like, healing, if you like. You may be a little bit uncertain sometimes about things to do with the material world. A couple of questions up in the air, not quite sure, should I do this, should I do that? You won't know really until Mercury comes out of there on the 24th into your sign, and Mercury is then in your sign, putting you firmly out there in the stream of information exchange. Yes, and the sun is there as well, isn't it? So yes, you're very much out there, and you may have to get your head around more stuff. You may have to deal with more stuff through over the wires and through correspondence or paperwork, and also communications equipment like cars or other sort of, say, vehicles, travel, transport, and the like can all be emphasized along with the social interaction. But you've still got this other eye looking inwards on something which is ongoing, which is needing to be resolved, or a loose end or two tied up as well before it's ready to, you're ready to bring your full attention to the outside world, as it were. And you can be developing your ability to express your thoughts, intentions, ideas through speaking, writing, or any other medium of expression. So now the Venus is in your sign, so this means that you come across in a very attractive way. Others find you appealing, they're drawn towards you. So yeah, work that energy. It could be good news both for your personal life and your business life, but also it can be a time when you are just a little bit more self-indulgent. You want to treat yourself to just this little special treat here or whatever, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You totally deserve it, but just make sure that you don't go over the top with that one, because it would be oh so easy to do with Venus there. But Venus is the great balancer, and so she rules money as well. So money and other material resources like goodies of some kind or other could be coming in your direction, and you'll just need to make sure that the balance is there and that flow of abundance is going in the direction you want it to. And then from the 17th, Venus is in an area which is about money, possessions, property, and other basic stuff, basic resources. So it means that you can do well there as well in a material sense if you play your cards right, of course, and you know how to manifest what you want. This is a good time for acquiring and preserving quality stuff. Something catches your eye and you think, ooh, I'd love to have that in my life, because that would be an heirloom, so quality stuff. And overall you may get the chance to use material resources in a way which is rewarding, which is satisfying. So you can put some resource, whether it's money or something else, or an exchange of some kind, into something which then can come back to you, maybe 1,000-fold possibly. Physically, things have been, if things have been out of balance with you, then Venus can definitely help you find your equilibrium in August, because she is in your first and second houses. Now, I mentioned Mars. Mars is in this really dynamic, progressive area up until the 28th, where people with whom you have things in common, also friends and associates, and making new associations as well is altogether likely, is very strongly highlighted. But watch out that you don't get tired out because of all the stuff you've got to do on behalf of others, and things which have been shelved, maybe put on the back burner for a long time now, start to come out to the front, or on the front burner as it were, and things start to move forward. So in general, you're thinking, at last I can get on with this, and this is very much a phase, a dynamic phase. There's an awful lot going on in the sky in August for us all. I spoke last month about the Grand Trine, which is a wonderful, positive, supportive energy, and will help you as quite a lot because of the position of Jupiter there, and also Saturn is helping you out too. The positions of Jupiter and Saturn are both in extremely positive angles to your sun sign, Virgo, for many months to come. And it's only the Neptune thing that you've got to watch out about, but I would have mentioned that before, because Neptune is opposing your sign. Just you early Virgos are feeling that the most, so don't make yourself a martyr on behalf of somebody else or put them on a pedestal. That's it really in a nutshell. But there is this wonderful Grand Trine, and in August there is another great alignment coming into our sky known as the T-square, or as I would call it, the working triangle. And this is between Jupiter, Uranus and Pluto. It's in a very conflicting, tense, it's an aspect of tension, but it's called working because it works. It wants to push energy around. It wants to take action. So it's bolted onto the side of this Grand Trine through Jupiter. Jupiter is pinned to the point of one of the three planets on the Grand Trine. And through Jupiter, there's Jupiter, then Uranus, and Uranus and Pluto on the working triangle. So this is going to, this second great alignment is going to, and you start feeling that probably really in late July actually, because Mars is fleetingly going past there as Jupiter is lining up into position. And it's a potent and challenging mix, but an awful lot can be done with it, as a matter of fact. And as the Grand Trine is in such a great, supportive, facilitating angle for you and your sign, even this quite tense second alignment of the T-square, if you handle it, it can dynamically activate this wondrous, but rather sort of lazy and laid back Grand Trine. The T-square will be the catalyst and force this energy to move and apply itself and become a wave of power. So how well you use this opportunity is always to do with you and your choice, and whether you decide to put your awareness on what doesn't fit, what feels uncomfortable, the toil and the trouble of it all, or if you put your attention on the superconductor of the positive energy. The positive energy of the Grand Trine is positively underpinning for you anything to do with any involvement in education or media, communications, developing yourself through literature maybe, or other mediums of self-expression, and through all of the communications sector, bringing a more heart-based, a more heart-connecting interaction in those types of relationships. And it's possible others may provide more support for you as you gather together with them for, sort of loosely put, a good cause or humanitarian type reasons, or for something which is a little bit unusual, a little bit offbeat, but very, very progressive or even future orientated. So you can use this Grand Trine and this working triangle energy very well over August. Jupiter, as I say, is in it also, just helping you to grow and learn through new associations, friendships, and of the group dynamic really. And you Virgos born between the 23rd of August and the 1st of September, or with 7 to 15 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. And then of course Saturn is in another long transit, same as Jupiter, lighting up the area of education, communications, short and even long distance travel. And you should be developing people skills, but also communication skills, teaching or learning skills over this time. and it's likely that you will be learning that certain perceptions are, that either your perceptions or other people's perceptions are just that, they're perceptions, and they are not necessarily the truth. And you Virgos born between the 27th and the 31st of August, or with 4 to 8 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. And that's it for August. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, then look out for the forecast for those. And also, if you are interested in what the slower moving outer planets are doing, I update that every month, and you can see which part of your sign they may be affecting and how they may be affecting it. And I'll see you the next time.